When you first walk up to it with the bricked walkway, community college kind of a feel to it, with all the acorns falling down, the squirrels frolicking around it. It's like a little breath of fresh air, I think, in a very busy world. But it's got an undercurrent of a sense of purpose and intention with growing Gators, getting them prepared to take on whatever challenges might be out there for them.
Good morning, Gators. This is Spring Valley Elementary School. To start off the day, you have to walk through these doors to enter the school. If you're in pre-K, kindergarten, first grade, second grade, you go through B Hall. If you're in third grade, fourth grade, fifth grade, and sixth grade, then you go to A Hall.
SVE has been here since the 1960s. It also holds 400 students.
Our students and staff members love this garden that they actually started their own garden club.
We also hold the title of the home of the Gator.
And it's got this little fun feel with their mascot, the Gators, and being known as the Swamp.
You see my name tag says Collies. We were the Collies when I was here. The Gator thing came my sixth grade year where they said they were going to change the name, and so everybody submitted mascot candidates, and the school did not become the Gators until 1974.
I lived in this neighborhood, but went to Richardson Heights Elementary, first grade. Well, then it was growing, they started building a new elementary school every year. So second grade, they built Terrace, so I went there. Third grade, they built Dover, so I went there. Fourth grade, they finally built one in my neighborhood, Spring Valley Elementary. Went here fourth and fifth grade from 1960 to 1962, so it opened in 1960. And my teacher in my fourth grade year was Mrs. McLaren. In January of 1961, she wheeled a little black and white TV into our room, and we watched JFK's inauguration in her classroom. And that's one thing I really appreciated, was looking back, that Spring Valley even then realized, and the Richardson School District realized, the importance of a well-rounded education, not just what you learn in books, but current events and so forth. A few months later, Alan Shepard became the first American into space with a suborbital flight. They had a little TV set out on the little walkway, and we stopped as we were on our way to school and watched Alan Shepard's flight, which was only 15 minutes. Then the following year, February of '62, in fifth grade, they brought all of us into the cafeteria. We watched the coverage of John Glenn becoming the first orbital flight for the U.S. Fond memories of this school.
The baseball field with the original telephone poles still there. My dad and Mr. Stewart, who was the principal at Spring Valley at the time, built that field.
Played in this gymnasium here. We went 9-0 my first year, basketball team. Good memories. It was a great neighborhood to grow up in.
Getting an education here, I really enjoyed it. And one of my best memories, we had the opportunity to do a children's communication show called Kids Communicate. It was a lot of fun, and the person that they selected out of 4th, 5th, and 6th grade readers, one person would get the opportunity to interview the superintendent of the schools, which was J.J. Pierce at the time. And Dr. J.J. Pierce would always send us these little cards, each individual student a happy birthday card every year on their birthday, which is unheard of today. Anyway, we all tried out to be the person that gets to read for the superintendent and ask him questions and have like a little mini interview. I was the one that was selected. It played throughout the school, closed circuit television, and I remember that I was just all big and happy and proud and excited that I got to be the one that interviewed J.J. Pierce. And I went into communications probably based off of that. And I will never forget being a Spring Valley Gator. I love this place, and I'll always have really great memories of the positive, encouraging, loving type of environment that helped us become who we are today.
My mom started right down here at Peyton, but ended up moving down here to Spring Grove in Mannering, was the school crossing guard, probably pushing 20 years, was the school crossing guard here at Spring Valley. I was also on the safety patrol when they actually still let us go out in the street, stop traffic. I got patrolman of the month. I remember that, and getting to take the tour at the Richardson jail, which kind of put the bug in me. But later in my life, even though I went to college, got a degree, ended up becoming a police officer in the city of Plano for a while.
And what I loved about Spring Valley Elementary School, I remember being on the stage in the cafetorium doing talent show, and I also remember on Fridays we could get a fudgesicle for a nickel. I had the best teachers in the world here, and I loved my time here at Spring Valley Elementary.
The principal, Miss Message,
Loved her.
You could go in any time and talk to her. You had a hard time, you were happy, whatever. She was great.
The field days. So yesterday with our last field day forever, it was important to me that I made the best field day ever for them. What makes Spring Valley special is our students and their families. They're my family.
My family and I moved here the week before the shutdown for COVID. So I started off here virtual. I didn't know any of the students, any of the teachers, and I stayed virtual for the rest of 4th grade, but I came back around October of 5th grade in person for the first time, and it was an incredible experience being here. Everybody was loving, and it was just like a big family here.
This was my first job. I got hired, I was still living with my parents. I had just graduated college, and I've been here ever since. 18 years, all in the same classroom, 2nd grade. And I grew up here. School is special to me in many ways, but especially in where it's played into my life. I met my husband at a staff Christmas party here. My kids have run around these halls as they've grown up. It makes my heart so full that they were given a building, a place where they could feel at home and feel safe and cared for. People graduated back in the 60s, 70s from here, and they still have that special feeling, just as our kids who are here now share that same feeling, and it's a very special school family beyond this building.